Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanzo, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And I always see them. And today we have a hell of a show store for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Also, we're going to be launching an exclusive Dreamers Pro community very, very soon. So if you want early access to receive a one-time offer that's only available to people on the waiting list, please make sure you sign up. We have that pinned in the comments below, and in the description. We have over 320 people signed up so far. So if you want to be a part of that, please make sure you go ahead and do that. Anyway, let's get into today's topic. So we have reached a point in the season where we're pretty much at the panic mode section of the season for the Lakers, where now, with 20 games in, they're like, okay, so who do we trade for? Who do we get rid of? Who needs to go there? Who needs to come? We've already gotten to that point. Meanwhile, they have Pat Riley sitting on the sideline. And now they're trying to spin it at ESPN and say, well, you know, the problem with the Lakers is they just have a bad roster. Well, I thought they had a bad roster last year. They're like, no. It's the roster, but it's also the coaching. So, like, we're going to change the coaching, hoping for better results, and the results are virtually the same. As a matter of fact, last year, the Lakers were getting ready to celebrate the NBA Cup. The NBA Cup. This year, they won't be doing that. But anyway, I digress. So now they're talking about the Lakers this and the Lakers that. But then, out of nowhere, they had a segment on ESPN. Malika Andrews was there. Kendrick Perkins was there. Brian Windhorst, I believe, was there. And Mike Wilbon was there on that segment, on that panel. And they started floating this idea of LeBron being traded, right? And the team that they said LeBron could potentially be traded to is the Golden State Warriors. And then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, this started to become a thing. And today, when I clicked on YouTube, I was just kind of scrolling through there, and I saw a segment featuring Brian Windhorst. Now, Brian Windhorst has been following LeBron for his entire career. And he was on the segment, and they were asking him, like, look, how real of a possibility could this be that LeBron James could ultimately end up going to the Golden State Warriors? And I'm like, wow, they're really, really talking about this. Like, they're actually making this a thing. So this is the audio that we want to get into here today. But before we even get into what Brian Windhorst had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on PrizePicks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is I want to play what Brian Windhorst had to say on ESPN regarding the possibility of LeBron joining the Golden State Warriors, and I'm going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Brian Windhorst here.
That could be. But who else is on their list, Roz? That's LeBron James. And I know that this is one of the most fascinating opportunities in the league. It's a delicious scenario to think about. The Warriors have dreamed of pairing LeBron with Steph Curry and Draymond Green since last year. They've made an inquiry, and it got shut down last February. That was before LeBron played with Steve Kerr and Steph Curry and won the gold medal over the summer. So they will definitely monitor the situation, and I don't think they do anything without knowing this door is locked. But I would just say with LeBron, it's up to him. He has a no-trade clause, and he has given no indication he wants the Lakers to do anything but upgrade the roster they've got, not that he wants to go anywhere.
So how do they do that? How do the Lakers go about upgrading the roster to LeBron's satisfaction?
Yeah, the Lakers are actually a very simple team to look at. They're a terrible defensive team, Dan. They're 26th in the league. There's only 30 teams, okay? The teams below them are all awful at the bottom of the standings. It's actually an accomplishment that they're 2 games over 500 with a defense as bad as they have. So any transaction they make has got to be for players who can play defense. And specifically, they need a big man. Their big man situation right now, after Anthony Davis is really in tatters. They've been playing two-way guys because of injuries and lack of depth there. And then when I talk to executives in the league, they say when the Lakers have had conversations, they've actually been looking for a guard too. They're looking for a guard who can defend. They have D'Angelo Russell who could be used in a trade. And so they need defensive players. But, I got to tell you, the Lakers have not made a significant transaction trade-wise in almost 2 years. So this is an old story with the same roster, basically achieving the same way.
So what happens if they don't do what LeBron wants them to do? Like, is there a world where they do make a move, where he does end up at some place like Golden State? Is that at all possible at this point?
I'm a gigantic actions over words guy, Dan. And LeBron's actions at last year's trade deadline when he rejected the interest in the Warriors. Last summer, he sat there and offered to take less money from the Lakers if they could find somebody in free agency. They didn't. And then he went ahead and signed a 3-year contract with a no-trade clause anyway. All of those actions make it extremely clear he wants to be a Laker. That said, we have 2 months, basically 2 months from right now is when the trade deadline is. If he changes his mind, I promise you it will get public and we will all know. But right now, he wants to be a Laker, and he's focused on having the Lakers help him get some defensive players.
So you heard what Brian Windhorst had to say. What are my thoughts on this? If you look at the title, I said that ESPN floats an idea that may absolutely destroy or lead to the destruction of the legacy of LeBron James. Why do we name it that way? Right now, LeBron James is in this imaginary GOAT conversation, right? He's in this imaginary GOAT conversation that people out there are trying to promote. And the media is so desperate. They're so desperate. You can see it. They're so desperate for LeBron to get another ring. By hook or crook, they're trying to find a way to get LeBron another ring. And now they're floating the idea of LeBron going to join Stephen Curry. Well, I'm assuming that they were like, well, if LeBron joins with Stephen Curry, based off of what we saw during the Summer Olympics, these guys will definitely have a chance of winning the championship. So the question then becomes, what if that happens? What if LeBron does join the Warriors? And what if he does win a championship? Does that help his legacy? Not only will it not help his legacy, I think it would absolutely destroy his legacy. Because at that point, it would mean that LeBron had to run to Stephen Curry to get saved just to win another title that he may not win Finals MVP on or over him, and then to hoist up a trophy and be like, what, now I'm 5 away from Jordan? Really? Really? Was there ever any question who led the Bulls to those championships during those championship years? If LeBron joined Stephen Curry, there would be. But I think there's another aspect of this that people are not paying attention to. LeBron is very, very smart. If LeBron joins the Warriors and the Warriors win a championship, he will ensure that Stephen Curry is not ahead of him in rings. Because, for example, let's say Steph goes on to win this year. For example. And he wins 5 rings in the LeBron James era. How can you make an argument that LeBron is any type of GOAT when there was a player that ate more than him in his own era? How can you do that? How do you do it? Now, a lot of us out here don't even feel like this is a GOAT debate. So if LeBron were to go join Stephen Curry to try to go win a championship, well, we'll know that ultimately this was a clown show after all. And it would just scream desperation. And then you know what? If he did leave, I would probably spend about 2 weeks, 3 weeks to a month laughing at the Lakers, the Laker fans that supported him coming there. And then slowly I will, once LeBron has packed his bags and the LeBron fans have funneled out, and because they're going to leave, they're all going to leave eventually. Once they funnel out and then they go over to the Golden State Warriors organization to go destroy it. Then once they've gone and I can sit back, all of us former Laker fans, Kobe fans can sit back, kind of breathe, look at Staples Center again and say, or Crypto Arena, whatever, and be like, well, we may have to come on home. But until then, You ain't going to see people like me. Catch y'all on the next episode. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Catch y'all later. Peace.